Now, don't get me wrong, I hate the current credit score system that we have in place. The fact that there are 3 credit bureaus, all with their own internal process that can decide if we get a home loan, isn't right. And I'm saying this as someone who's bounced around from a 780 up to an 810. Most of this system is completely flawed. I'll try to help where I can, but understand with the rise of consumer credit debt, this is only going to get worse. Your credit score is only going to matter more, and with every good, there's a bad. So today, we need to talk about credit repair scams. Back in 2009, I tried to open up a phone line with Verizon, and I got hit with like a $500 deposit requirement, all because I didn't have credit. And it was at that moment where I quickly understood that there was a larger system as a whole and how much power it had. See, over the years, I've learned the do's and the don'ts, the good, the bad, and more recently, the scams. Basically, these days, there are credit repair gurus and services that are popping up left and right, and I'm seeing them all over my feed, and they're offering the same thing, which is credit repair. And with my personal opinions on credit simply being to pay your bills on time and to not overcomplicate the entire process, I understand that what these people are trying to do is prey on people that are desperate. And in my previous videos, I talked about the get-rich process and how this pipelines people to do crazy things, and credit is no different. And I think it was a few years ago, there was this video going viral, which, essentially was the question, would you rather have money now or a good credit score?
Would you rather have an 850 credit score, $2 million cash right now, or $4K a week for the rest of your life?
850 credit score, that's easy.
Why?
Because you can easily get the money off the credit. You can literally go and apply for any and every credit card known to man, and they would give you over $2 million within a day.
So any credit card known to man, you can get over $2 million?
Easy, and you do all the inquiries at one time, and that way it only counts as one inquiry for each different credit bureau.
Word, that's valid. Let's go, man.
And I think that goes to play where we're currently at with this credit system as a whole, because people simply just don't clearly understand. See, credit repair services have been around for quite a while. The FICO or credit scores as we know them can be, easily traced back to the late 80s, but the idea of overall fixing credit or debt have to go back multiple decades, to the point where now in 2025, the overall idea or service of fixing credit has essentially gone mainstream. And I would equate this to 3 things. The fact that it's so easy to start, most states don't have a requirement for credit services, and the software that people use. See, I want to go down a rabbit hole of the software subscription service where a lot of this credit repair services simply just rely on this open dispute software, which comes with an affiliate link and service, which is probably why we're seeing so many people offer it. I mean, when you think about it, that's like a sprinkle of an MLM or some form of pyramid where it could just spread as fast as possible because it's just like any other service. And I mean, when you already sprinkle the affiliate or referral process on something where someone can make money based off of a monthly subscription, obviously other credit repair gurus are going to spread it like wildfire. So now you have this whole credit repair industry filled with people using the same templates, the same scripts, the same shady tactics to quote unquote help people. But as you know, with the blind leading the blind, this can only get worse. And probably the most dangerous about all of this is the tactics that they use to actually get your credit score to increase. See, what they mainly do is try to dispute all information on your credit report, even if it's legit. This means that even if you have something on your credit report which is negatively affecting your credit score, which say is a bankruptcy, a late payment, a bad debt, whatever it could be, they're simply filing it off under something that's not legally allowed. See, your credit score is made up of multiple things, right? Your payment history, your credit age, the type of credit, and if you mess this up, you have a negative effect, it's going to drop your score. And I mean, any real financial advisor will help guide you through this process, whether it be create a budget for you or to teach you the ways of going forward. But the problem with these credit repair services is that they just try to streamline this entire process and just skip to the end. And going down the rabbit hole of making this video, I've seen people talking about they've falsified police reports, they've claimed identity theft, they've said that people's parents died as a reason why they've missed a late payment. But understand that this has to be an overall concept of accountability, because even though this might fix your credit temporarily, right, because there might be a dispute on your credit report, we're actively talking about falsifying police reports.
Harris County Precinct 4 investigators say they have uncovered a $3 million credit repair scheme happening here in Houston. They say the woman behind it was using falsified police reports to help get our clients better credit. Janelle Bluda has a look at the allegations.
In handcuffs and an orange jumpsuit, 29-year-old Rokisha Brisby was led in front of a judge today.
More and more folks are coming forward that have used her to try to fix their credit.
after being arrested Friday for what investigators call a multi-million-dollar credit repair scheme.
She went and basically would manipulate police reports.
Court documents linked to Brisby's social media. Her website says your credit won't fix itself.
She used my front page of the police report with my name on it.
But Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman says it was under the guise of that business, Rose Credit Repair, where he says she would commit illegal activity falsifying police reports to increase her clients' credit scores.
Was she submitted police reports on these folks' behalf saying that the monies that were spent were fraud or stolen, and this is the police report to prove it.
An alleged scheme, the constable says, actually worked.
Many of these financial institutions basically reversed the credit for these people, and it did make their credit scores, better because they had a police report on file.
Until Herman says one of those institutions reached out to his office with questions.
We noticed that the case numbers did not correspond with our current case number system.
He says that led to a lengthy investigation where they discovered 133 falsified police reports from his department alone. And Herman says there's evidence she used reports from other agencies as well.
FBI is involved with us. We flagged many of her bank accounts, and we'll be able to see exactly how much money she made off customers.
And when you see stories like that, that's clear that people are getting arrested for it. But here's the thing. See, with most of these credit repair services, these are people simply acting on your behalf. So it's still your name that's found legally or liable. And I mean, I blame social media as a whole. Right now, it's so easy to spread your services because a guru can just say the right things about how they could fix your credit, increase your credit score 100, 200 points overnight. And just like that, they found a client. I mean, you've probably seen them on your feed, right? They have nice vacation videos. They have shiny objects. They're telling you how they can fix your credit score so you can start a business or you can apply for a home. But remember that all they're doing is selling a service. And at the end of the day, all of them are offering fast results. These are all quick fixes. None of them are actually trying to fix the problem. Because realistically, if you were to go to a financial advisor and outline your problems with your credit score, they would probably identify the bleeding first. They would say, how are you making your money? Are there ways for you to make more money? Are you spending your money wisely? Are you budgeting? Are you outlining allotments to make sure that monies go anywhere? Are collections being paid? What's the process? But instead of that, credit repair services are simply just disputing everything. And I mean, sure, if there's something wrong with your credit report, you should clearly dispute it, right? If you were an actual victim of identity theft, you should dispute whatever happened to you. You should freeze all of your credit accounts, but understand that most of this case is simply just trying to take advantage of some small, minute loophole instead of taking accountability. And they're held accountable by not paying their bills, which now creditors are seeing, a lower credit score, maybe down with the 600s or 500s. That's a level of accountability that now we need to fix in order to get better. We can't simply just dispute, claim falsified reactions and just say that wasn't me. That's not how this works. And if this lazy action of fixing your credit isn't enough, people are trying to bring back CPNs. Now, CPNs are credit privacy numbers. Now, this is all under the guise of trying to have a privacy number instead of your social security number. And a lot of the times, the same talking points that they bring up are that celebrities don't use their social security number, they use a randomized alias number, but I can't truly find many examples that tie back to that. In fact, if you Google "are CPNs legal?", many websites say that they're simply used for fraud. And I guess the overall talking point of CPNs is simply just an old scam that's coming back to light. Because what's actually happening is that these CPNs, these randomized numbers that people are giving you because you're purchasing them, are simply just stolen social security numbers. And then there's this layer of fraud, which financial advisors have talked about, where if documents simply ask you for your social security number and you put another randomized number in there, which are supposed to be CPNs, this is a form of credit fraud.
Anytime a bank asks for your social security number and you put any number besides your own personal social security number, you are now committing fraud. And usually when people give you CPNs, they're usually coming from children or deceased people who are no longer alive. So be very mindful when using a CPN, because you can find yourself in a lot of trouble because you're committing bank fraud as well as wire fraud.
This is legit. It's Edward Verified. I wasn't really sure exactly where the content creator was going to go with this because the credit privacy number is a complete scam.
So if you see someone selling a get-rich-quick scheme based off social security numbers or CPNs or trying to fix your credit, don't fall for it. Because at the end of the day, look, I get it. I understand that credit is complicated, it can be confusing, and it can be slow. But like I talked about earlier, there are right ways to fix your credit. This is pay your bills on time. This is making sure that whenever you pull a credit report, you actually understand what's on it. And don't open tens of hundreds of different accounts trying to hope for something, because credit is simply an overall financial system and it tracks your habits. I've always looked at credit as simply being your financial trustworthiness. If you have a family member who you're not willing to give money because they don't have a good job, they don't pay your bills back, well, they should have a low number. And for that, there are no shortcuts. There's no $500 fix that will immediately increase your credit score like 300 points. Unless you go to a financial advisor and you take the long path, then there's not much that you could do. And this is why people fall for so many of these online traps, because desperations, especially in times of financial need, are one of the best ways to take advantage of somebody. I mean, there are just two questions that you have to ask. Does this sound like it makes sense, and is this legal? Because at the end of all of this, if you don't do the research to protect yourself, no one's going to help you. So take your time and learn how credit works, because scammers are loud, so you have to be louder.